I'm always being asked, what is it that I really need to do, Rach, to get to the next level? What are the tools, the habits, the hacks, the characteristics? How do you know when someone's going to be successful? Because I can tell, I can see it a mile off. And so in this episode, I'm going to unpack 3 things that right now you might think are boring things. I wish I could sit here and say that the reason that you'll be successful is some magical, amazingly exciting strategy or some like overnight fix. It's never those things. It's always the boring things. The things that when people give you this advice, you're like, really? I've done that. Yeah. But it isn't what you've done, it's how you've done it. Okay. So I need you to be listening to this with an open mind. Yeah, and I'm probably not selling it to you very well to say these are 3 boring things, but they are quite boring and you are probably going to roll your eyes. But what I'm about to tell you will help you scale beyond 10K months. If you're already having a good level of success in your business and you want more and you know that you're ready for more, you are ready to make 10K your minimum, your baseline, your standard, because you want to get to 20, 30, 50K a month, these 3 things, these 3 boring little things are what will get you there. Okay. I have had to work hard on these 3 things. I feel like these 3 things were probably present in me as a human anyway, because I can look back at my corporate career and see where I was chosen for jobs. I was given opportunities based on having a natural strength in these 3 areas. But just because, I talk about I had a natural strength, that strength was cultivated in my corporate career. I learned this, yeah? All of these things, they're not things you're born with, they're skills. Yeah, they're skills. This is not you either have it or you don't have it. You can learn all of these 3 things. You can get better at these 3 things, okay? The first thing is structure. How structured are you? Structure means that you have solid foundations. Think of it like building a house or a high-rise building. You have to have solid foundations. Things built on flimsy foundations don't last. If you want to scale big, you want to build an empire, you want to go all the way to 1 million, you know that my mission is to create 100 millionaires. If you want to be one of them, and you think you can get there without structure, you are mistaken. Okay? So I want you to recognize, where is your business holding you and where is it feeling reactive? Where do you feel structured in what you do? And where does it feel a little bit chaotic? Okay? Because what got you to 10K months won't get you to 50K months. Going idea, build, launch, sell, idea, build, launch, sell, showing up, live launch, invite the sale, make the sale, deliver the program, do it all over again, do it all over again, do it all over again. Go into that cycle of idea, build, launch, sell. That will get you to 10K months. That got me to 10K months. It can be fast. It can be messy. You can focus on cash injections. But long term, if you want to go big and you want to do it with a business model that is scalable and won't break under pressure, then you need to build structure. And for me, that structure comes in the form of a well thought out business model, scalable, evergreen offers. I'm a fan of a 6-month evergreen group. Yeah, that is your fastest route to monthly recurring revenue. And when you build a business that grows your monthly recurring, that stacks and scales every single month, then you have solid, structured foundations. Okay, so that is step 1. Is that boring? I don't know. I actually find that quite sexy. Does that make me boring? Does that make me a bit weird? I love structure because to me, structure feels safe. Structure feels secure. Yeah? So I don't know. You tell me, is that boring or not? The second one, you're going to say this is boring. Oh God, Rach, get a life. Am I boring? I think I'm boring. Help me. The second one is process. Process is boring. I know you're going to say process is boring, but I want you to ask yourself this, right? Do you fully understand cause and effect? Think about cause and effect. A process is just a series of if statements. If then this. Yeah. So if this happens, then do this. If that happens, then do this. It's process, it's cause and effect. Can you break down the steps to make something possible? Yeah, if you can, then you're better at process than you think. Process doesn't necessarily mean building out an Asana board. Yeah, like process doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to be really good as a project manager. You just need to understand cause and effect. So messy action is good, but not every week. Yeah, because if you did it every week, then the whole business would end up messy. Momentum, yeah, when you want momentum in your business, then you do need messy action. You need to do trials and tests and seeing what works. I do that all the time. I do that all the time. I set up little tests. I get curious. I'm like, ooh, let's see what would happen if we did that. Or I'll be building out an opt-in page for, I don't know, like a free masterclass. And I'll think, ooh, let's just do a little test. Let's do one long page and one short page. See which one converts the best. Let's see if I sent that to my warm audience and that to my cold audience. Let's just see what would happen. Right? And this is one of the reasons that you love me, right? This is one of the reasons that you trust me when I teach you funnels. You trust me when I teach you scaling, when I teach you live launching, because you know that I do these boring tests. And you know that when I say, no, don't put the text there, don't make the button do that, put it here, that works better. That's when you know you can trust me. Yeah, so I take that messy action. I do those tests. Sometimes we do need it. But I want you to get more focused on process from the point of view that solid growth requires process. Once you've done the testing, once you've done the messy action, your solid growth, your scaling is going to come from putting a process in place that works. For example, a proven funnel or a proven launch mechanism or a proven sequence of content, and then amplifying it with traffic. So I want you to think about your scaling strategy as being messy action to find the process, but then scaling is all about making that process work harder over and over and over again. It's not about building 100 processes. It's about building one that works and then simply doing it over and over. Process allows simplicity to emerge. Like I'm like the simplest person in the world. That's how I coined my phrase, the lazy girl sales system. I called it that by accident on a live stream once, and my DMs blew up with people saying, what's lazy girl selling? I want that. I want to be lazy. And it was only because I built a simple method. I broke the internet, I think, when I created Lazy Girl Selling, because it's a funnel that you can literally build in 60 to 90 minutes. Zero tech, the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, process emerges when you follow simplicity. And sometimes you need a bit of messy at the front end to find that. But process always supports your clients as well. Yeah, so if you can be more process driven, then you will find that your clients find safety and comfort in that. Your team finds safety and comfort in that, because process means repeatable. Process means reliable. Yeah, process means you can spot patterns. So you might need the messy action, the reactive trials and tests at the front end, but once you've found your process, you are good to go. You are good to scale. Okay? If you wanted to take some action from this insight, why don't you journal now on what is working in your business, what is not working, what feels like it is structured, what feels like it is process driven, and what feels like it's chaotic, frantic, a bit all over the place. Just take 10 minutes and journal on it. You'll be amazed what comes up. Just notice the outcomes. Yeah. And then the third boring thing, should I say, and yeah, again, I'm happy to, wear the cap, it fits, is systemize. Am I boring? Yes, I am. Hi, my name is Rachel, and I think structure, process, and systemization are exciting. They are exciting because to me, exciting is being able to scale and grow. Exciting to me is being able to hold more clients, support more clients, create bigger impact without the business breaking, without my energy breaking, without me burning out. It's the same for you. When you build structure, process, and systemization, you will have a business that is ready to scale. And that's what you want, yeah? We're not talking about the messy bit that gets you to 10K. We're talking about building an empire, going big. When you systemize, it means that you aren't always starting over. Yeah, if you have a business where every month you're like, here we go again, yeah, then you don't have systems. You don't have repeatable habits, systemization, like a daily checklist. A daily checklist that sits in your notes app or your reminders app, that's a system. I'm not talking about you going out and, buying a whole load of new systems. I'm not talking about tech. I'm talking about systemization, meaning way of working, way of doing things, repeatable habits, like a daily checklist is a system, a method, a way that you create your content, for example. Yeah, so it might be that right now creating content is like pulling teeth, that you sit with an empty document and you're like, oh God, blank sheet of paper, what am I going to post? Yeah, not if you're in my new Sales Queen AI. Of course, you've now got ideas coming out of every orifice. You are never going to run out of ideas. Yeah. But if you are still somebody, you're not in Content Club, you haven't got Sales Queen AI, you're listening to the podcast because, you like it, or maybe this is the first time you found me. And if it is, hello. Yeah. But I have tools that can help you. I've built systems so that you don't have to create them. Yeah, Content Club gives you content, Sales Queen AI helps you to build it, literally, the hooks, the captions, everything. But you might right now not have a methodology for how you create content. So you stare at a blank sheet of paper, you waste valuable minutes, valuable hours, maybe even valuable days. And having a system would be recognizing what your flow state looks like, how you come up with your creative ideas. It might be a method of, a systemization of grabbing a sheet of paper, mind mapping the one offer that you want to sell that week, and thinking about, like, this is one of the strategies I would teach, mind mapping the 7 open questions around your offer. So I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but there are 7 open questions, the 7 words that start the end of all open questions: who, what, which, why, how, where, when. I'll say it again: who, what, which, why, how, where, when. It's a really good mind mapping technique. You put the offer in the middle of the page, and then you just do a line out from the offer with those 7 questions: who, what, which, how. I can't do it slow. Who, what, which, why, how, where, when. That's the only way I know how to do it. Who, what, which, why, how, where, when. Yeah? It comes out my mouth like a little song. It's a really good mind mapping technique. Offer in the middle, ask yourself those questions, and that will really help you to create content. Okay. That's what I mean by systemizing: routines and rituals that allow you to feel supported. It could be a morning mindset ritual. Yeah, it could be a visualization technique. It could be something that helps you to get out of procrastination. And of course, I said this wasn't about tech, but that, there are technical systems that you can use to help you implement these methods. Like, tech that I use to help me is my notes app. I have right now, I think it is at my last time I saw this, I think it was 132 notes on my notes app. Yeah, I have my reminders app that's got, I think, about 8 different sections to it. I've got Asana. I have a team roles document that helps me to simplify what systems we all work on and who does what and when they do it. I see my calendar as a system. So I have recurring calendar invites that happen every single day. For example, every single day between 4 and 6, my calendar is blocked out. It says family time. Every day between 8 and 10, my calendar is blocked out and it says millionaire identity. So where are you supporting yourself with systems and where are you not? Have you time blocked your calendar? Have you got habits? Yeah. And if you want more information on tools that I've got, like my Sales Queen AI, like on how I'm building out a team of AI agents to do work for me, yeah, if these are things that you know you need to support you to hit your 20K month, your 50K month, build your empire, be one of my millionaires, then just DM me the word mentorship on Instagram and we can have a chat about how I can best support you. But just to give you like a final sort of summary before we finish: structure, process, and systemization. These are the three boring, call me boring if you like, but these are the three things that I know have supported me to unlock. You know, I've had 107K months, 80K launches, we've just had a 60K month. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that if I moved from a place of messy action all the time. And you know I move from messy action. I tell you all the time, I make fast decisions. I don't stay in the moment. I do it messy. I test and learn. Yes, all those things. But I use those things to show me what works and then I scale what works. Okay? So DM me on Instagram the word mentorship if you are ready to come into one of my close proximity spaces. That could be the Millionaire Mastermind, the Infinite Abundance Mastermind, or the Infinite Abundance Collective. They are my three close proximity spaces. Okay, so if you know I am your next coach, I am your next mentor, I can take you to the places and spaces that you have never been before, that previous coaches have never taken you. Throw down that gauntlet to me. I would love to be the person that helps you unlock your 20K month, 50K month, your $1 million year. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. If you know that this episode will help another woman, help her step into her Sales Queen era, please do share it. And I will see you next week.